You spent real money on fertilizer this year, and your beds still stalled. Meanwhile, your street sent 20, 40, maybe 80 bags of leaves to the landfill, and your hens dropped 1.5 to 2 pounds of nitrogen-rich manure every single day, and you didn't cash it in. The problem isn't you, it's the system you were taught. You were told to buy inputs in spring. That's backwards. Autumn already handed you the inputs. Leaves are carbon. Chickens are nitrogen and microbes. Put them together now and you build spring-ready compost that lets you plant to 2 to 3 weeks earlier and push to 30 to 60% more biomass without buying a bag. Here's the system. 5 parts. In order. Simple, biological, and it compounds. 1. Leaf capture grid. You don't fight the wind. You use it. Stand pallets on edge or set snow fencing to make a rough U or grid where the wind naturally drops leaves. Let them blow in. Rake once a week and toss more into the cages. You're corralling high-carbon feedstock without hauling. Why it works? Leaves are 200 to 600 carbon to nitrogen. That's your long burn. They hold structure so air can move, and they're free. Collect 20 to 30 bags and you've banked about 40 to 60 cubic feet of loose carbon. That's the entire backbone of your winter compost built on other people's carb. Zones 7 to 10, do this as soon as leaves start dropping. If you're in 7 and leaf fall hits later, that's fine. Just keep collecting into early winter. Hotter zones 9 to 10 with sparse leaf drop, say yes to neighbors' bags. You need the volume. 2. Deep litter coop. Clean the coop down to the bare floor once at the start of autumn. Then stop doing bare floor cleans. That's over.
Build a 12 to 18-inch base layer from your leaf pile across your coop footprint. 40 square feet at 12 to 18 inches takes roughly 40 to 60 cubic feet of material. That depth matters. It holds moisture, builds heat, and gives your birds something to work. Your chickens will shred, heat, and inoculate it. Their feet are free labor. Their manure is the high-end inoculant. Why it works? Every dropping is a micro-fertilizer pellet. 6 hens produce 1.5 to 2 pounds of that per day. Mixed into carbon, it never burns. It feeds microbes that run hot, target pathogens, and build humus. You're converting a waste stream into a biological engine right under your roosts. Colder edge of 7, build the full 18 inches. It buffers cold and keeps biology alive. Warmer 9 to 10, 12 inches is plenty. Focus on moisture. More on that in a second.
3. Nitrogen balance. Don't overthink ratios. Keep it moving. Add kitchen scraps when you have them. Toss in greens, garden trimmings, weeds without seed heads, spent annuals under a light cap of leaves daily or every few days. That height smells and gives your birds a reason to scratch. Aim for a steady trickle of nitrogen so your overall C to N holds near 25 to 30 to 1 across the pile, not in one hot pocket. Why it works? Microbes eat carbon as their energy and nitrogen for protein. At 25 to 30 to 1, they multiply fast, heat steadily, and don't off-gas ammonia. If you smell sharp ammonia, that's excess N escaping. Bury scraps under leaves and you lock it back in. If it's flat and cold, add a little more green. Your chickens do the mixing for you. Numbers keep it real. Over a 30 to 60 to 90-day autumn window, those same 6 hens add 30 to 90 to 180 pounds of droppings, spread out and inoculated. You couldn't buy a better activator. 4. Moisture and air. Compost isn't magic. It's water and oxygen. Let the litter dry or mat and it stalls. Mist during dry spells. In warm temperate and subtropical winters, air is often dry and winds pull moisture out. Keep it at 50 to 60% moisture, like a wrung-out sponge. When you squeeze a handful, it should hold shape and release a drop or two, not stream. If you see a packed crust, fork a few vertical channels so air can move. 10 minutes per week, that's it. Why it works? Aerobic microbes do the building. Without oxygen, you go anaerobic, smell, flies, and slow decay. With 50 to 60% moisture in air, you get steady, clean heat and fast structure building. Your birds help by constantly fluffing, but they can't fix low moisture. You can. Hotter zones to 9 than 10. You'll mist more often. Shade the coop roof at midday if it bakes. Colder end of 7, you'll mist less. Watch for frozen caps. If it's frozen on top, don't drown it. Poke channels on the next warm day and let the core breathe. 5. Spring bed transfer. By late winter, you've got layers. The top is still coarse. The middle is maturing. The bottom is black and crumbly. Dump the coop onto your beds, all of it. That raw top layer becomes a mulch that protects soil from late cold snaps and wind. Then screen or handpick the mature layer from the dump and top dress your planting zones through 1 to 2 inches thick. Numbers.
A 40 square foot coop built to say 12 to 18 inches typically yields to 8 to 15 cubic feet of finished, mature material by late winter. That's enough to feed 3 to 6 beds at a full 1-inch top dress. The rest, partially broken leaf litter and fines, stays on the beds as a slow-release mulch. Why it works? The screened finished layer is microbe-dense and plant-safe. It kickstarts roots in cool soil, which is why you can plant 2 to 3 weeks earlier. The coarser, mulchy layer above slows evaporation and keeps that biology damp and warm. Together, they stretch nitrogen release over weeks, not days. That pushes spring biomass up 30 to 60% under normal weather. Colder 7? Your finished layer may be closer to 8 to 10 cubic feet by late winter. Transfer on the first thaw. Hotter 9 to 10? You may hit maturity faster. Just watch moisture and don't let it crust on the beds. That's the system. Leaves in a grid, deep litter in the coop, steady greens, water and air, spring transfer.
Now, why this keeps working better every year? The loop. Bigger harvests feed your chickens more trimmings. More trimmings mean richer litter. Richer litter runs hotter and finishes cleaner. Hotter, cleaner compost grows even bigger harvests. That's a simple, closed feedback loop. Your leaf cages grow a little each year because you see the return. Neighbors notice you don't have smeller flies. They donate more bags. Guaranteed carbon means you never run short on structure. Less smell means no complaints. More bags mean more compost. That's social proof turning into supply. As soil fertility climbs, you need fewer outside inputs. Your budget frees up. You use that money on better leaf capture and water capture. Another pallet bay, a better roof gutter into a barrel, an extra fork. Those make the system easier, which makes you do more of it, which grows fertility again.
The system pays you in predictability. You're not gambling on a spring fertilizer sale. You're building fertility on your schedule with materials that show up every fall. Let's talk hard numbers again so you can plan. 6 hens drop about 1.5 to 2 pounds of manure per day. That's not waste. It's a high nitrogen inoculant laced with gut microbes your compost loves. Collect between 20 to 30 bags of leaves. That's roughly 40 to 60 cubic feet of loose carbon. It fits in 2 pallet cages. It costs nothing. Deep litter at 12 to 18 inches over a 40 square foot coop takes those same 40 to 60 cubic feet. You're turning a fall pile into a winter engine.
By late winter, you'll have to time then to 15 cubic feet of finished compost. That sustains to 3 to 6 standard beds with a 1-inch top dress. No store trip. With that biology in place, you plant to 2 to 3 weeks earlier. Most people see to 30 to 60% more spring biomass because roots wake up faster and don't stall. If you're used to cleaning coops weekly to a bare floor and hauling droppings to the trash, that's the old system talking. It robs you twice. First, when you buy fertilizer. Again, when you pay for disposal, time, energy, and neighbor goodwill. Flip it once in autumn and it starts compounding. Quick troubleshooting so you stay on track. Smell of ammonia? Too much fresh N on top. Bury kitchen scraps under a few inches of leaves. Add a dry cap, scratch it in. Flies? Same fix. Cover the fresh, keep it aerobic, and your birds will finish the job.
Too dry and dusty? Mist to the wrung-out sponge feel and fork a few holes. Biology comes back within a day. Too wet and sludgy? Add more leaves. Fork air channels. Let it breathe. Zones to bite into 8 with freezes. Build deeper now. Transfer on the first real thaw and plant under row cover if needed. Zones to 9 to 10 with mild winters. Missed more, shade the coop roof, and you may be ready to transfer a little earlier. Colder than 7? Shift everything to 2 to 4 weeks later and expect the finished volume on the low end. Hotter than 10? Keep it shaded and watered. The biology will run fast if you don't let it dry. Start this week. Simple steps. Map the wind and stand 3 pallets on edge to make a U-shaped leaf cage. Tie them together. Place it where leaves already pile. Clean the coop to the bare floor once. Then lay 12 to 18 inches of dry leaves across the whole footprint. Set a kitchen bucket and a yard tote. All scraps and green trimmings go under a thin layer of leaves in the coop, daily if you can. When in doubt, cap with leaves. Coil a hose by the coop. Do the squeeze test weekly. Mist to the wrung-out sponge zone. Fork 3 or 4 air channels if it mats. Keep collecting 20 to 30 leaf bags. Top up the coop whenever it settles. Block a half day on your late winter calendar. Dump the coop onto your beds. Screen the mature layer and top dress 1 to 2 inches. Leave the coarse layer as mulch. You don't need to buy fertilizer in spring. You already own the inputs, the workforce, and the calendar advantage. Catch leaves, Feed chickens, harvest twice. Build carbon now. Spring abundance without buying fertilizer.